Hey there, while still being an idea taken solely from the stream, having seen it purely as a hopefully entertaining way of doing this wheelbase, which turned out not to be, I trust the Candy Duster to come around, be a comrade throughout the adventure. Not to have you bored throughout the first minutes, I'll be explaining both the run's disadvantages being solely my fault, and a handful of, at times useless facts you may prefer never hearing. Starting off with the technical side as it normally is, wearing neither perks nor armor, I've gone throughout the first 4 stages, spending over an hour in, having later reconsidered my way of approaching the boss, with previous experience gathered in the first runs prior to this one. Despite the damage cap on its own, challenge's real difficulties seem to be a cap to how long one could remain in secret base before disconnecting. Having normally disconnected at around a 2-hour mark, a usual way of clearing secret base wasn't exactly an option, with the boss fight alone exceeding well beyond 2 hours. With the existing 2-hour footage, despite having thought of re-releasing the video as a whole, thus again exceeding the limit of the boss fight this time, I decided on keeping the existing footage, later returning, lowering the boss's health bar to the known point, removing each known perk, and keeping only 2 lives as it was by the end of the last part. Through the justification comes a slightly more entertaining part of explaining the very reason for Candy Duster to only deal 1 damage point, despite clearly stating to deal 50 of them. With the armor of each monster exceeding well above 50, Rainbow Duster's damage would not register if not for the minimal damage cap, which is exactly 1. That single damage point is what Duster deals to every monster. Another, I hope interesting fact, is the number of hits an entire run would require, which at times may exceed 25,000, with every and each monster feeling like a mini-boss of their own. So far throughout the run, I haven't resolved using potions, perks or armor. Having previously died throughout the boss fight, not bringing healing potions along, I decided on using having everything in each one should they come in handy. The usage of potions, at the other hand, maxed out at around 9 or 10 potions during the first hour of the boss fight. Feels somewhat reasonable. As you'll be seeing throughout the fight, not only have I broken the rule of not using the potions, but I decided on utilizing every perk that I think to prolong my death, which, having survived the boss first stage, did not seem to be as imminent. Quite the contrary, the victory seemed more than possible. As mentioned before, unfortunately, having passed well beyond half of the boss's health bar, I had ended up in a menu which in the first seconds felt at that staggering. As explained before, the solution came up in the form of another recreated boss arena during the next boss fight part. having used perks and slight armor for the previous hour of the boss fight. This part used neither of those, yet still was aided by healing potions, which not only felt crucial during the first part, but would dramatically help during the second one. 1.5 an hour this time left me using 10 potions, which added to the initial 9 or 10 would come close or cross 20 potions throughout 2.5 an hour boss fight. Having finished the previous fight with 2 lives, I'm continuing this one with 2 as well.